Just Made Media presents One on One, a video podcast featuring exclusive interviews and live performances in our Multimedia studio located in downtown Chicago.
All right. Once again, another episode of One on One. As per usual, let me do my shout outs right here. Peace to the whole JMM crew in the house. We got Gigi on the mic.
Hello.
DJ Uncle L.
What up?
All right. We got Michelle in the house. We got Chase Calor. And as always on the decks, we got John Temperson behind the board. And we are proud to introduce a great brother right here to my left, who I've been having the pleasure to get to know. My man, S.Rock.
Cheers. Appreciate you.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, man. Pleasure to have you in the house. Yet again, another gentleman I found doing this thing here on the beat scene here throughout Chicago. He's a DJ and a producer, working with a lot of people here in the community, you know what I mean? Really getting down. So we're going to get into the whole history with S.Rock, you know. But yeah, just a quick update. We've been also knocking around town a lot more. Big shout out to everyone we've been getting to meet. And we just say peace and blessings. Everyone's been showing us a lot of love. People have been seeing us running through the crowd with the cameras. We're now kind of going on location. So when you see us around town, please be sure to stop in with us to say what's up. And this is how you're going to meet great producers like my man right here. So yeah, let's start right at the very beginning. My man is, his background, his cultural background is from Ghana, and I definitely want to talk about that and talk about your youth coming up and your musical influences, and we'll start to get into what you actually worked on. But yeah, just let the people know a little bit about your beginnings with music. You know what I'm saying?
Man, humble beginnings, man. Excuse me. I cleared my throat on the mic. All right. So my parents are both Ghanaian. I'm first generation. They're always bumping stuff like Lucky Dube, Daddy Lumba in the household, and honestly, it's like the Afro beat, the drum, the perks, all that stuff is like a huge influence and inspiration to like my sound, especially now more than ever. Now I try to get people dancing. It's like that's the secret sauce to get people to dance. It's like that groove, that Afro groove, man. You find it in all types of genres now. So but yeah, just being a fly on the wall whenever my parents were jamming. It's like. It's definitely paid its dividends now in my life, for sure.
Word. So, so I know there's a big African community here in Chicago. Now, There's a lot of that music from over there. I'm talking about even the throwback music that probably your parents was listening to. But, is it easy to get that music, or, are there people within like the Ghana community and the different nations? Are they also like throwing those kinds of parties here too?
Hey, whenever we're together, you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear the high life. You're gonna hear the reggae. You're gonna hear all that. But as far as like being out and about, I feel like the most highly acclaimed artist that people like gravitate to from West Africa is definitely Fela Kuti. There's a lot of love for Fela Kuti out here.
Yeah.
Deep love for him.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I was when someone had first put me on to Fela, I started trying to. I have maybe just a couple vinyls, but then I went crazy, like downloading a bunch of stuff. Infinite samples. You know what I mean? One song will be 20 minutes. You know what I mean? And it's a good time. So, and who were those couple artists that you had just named before?
Daddy Lumba, and then Lucky Dube. Yeah, both of them. Lucky Dube is from South Africa. Daddy Lumba is from Ghana.
Okay, word. So, and are those like newer artists or?
They're OGs. OGs are the OGs. Yeah.
Right. And with I'm ignorant to it, but like Fela, was it like big bands, like big 10 people band, 12-person band, or something like that, or?
He was more on the production tip.
Okay.
They're using MPCs in Africa. Contrary to popular belief.
Yes.
So, but yeah, they're using the drum pads and just getting people groovy, man. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's
Word.
Like, Lucky Dube too, the reggae tip, So
yeah. And so when you were coming up here, like you was born here in Chicago, or?
Yes, I was born in Bolingbrook, Illinois.
Got you. So, like, were your parents receptive to you getting down with hip hop? Like, what was their reaction at first? Was they supportive, or
Man, funny thing is, now that I'm older, it's like I'm hearing things about my dad. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing little things. He has like a doggy style cassette, in the basement that I just heard about from my brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, he was really into hip hop, but he was like in the closet about it. Like big
I got
time.
you. Yeah. You know what it is? I know parents be trying to do their best to be positive influences on the kids. So sometimes, like, I'm sure they know we all having fun, just enjoying music, but then they also see what's on the news and what's happening in the street. So, they're probably second guessing, like, does it have a direct correlation to the music? You know what I mean? But, at the end of the day, we know, being down with the music, that the music's the music,
Absolutely.
The music is the salvation, you know what I mean? So, word. So now, when did you first start getting into making beats? Like, or how did you first get into it? Was it DJing, beats? I don't know if you rhyme. Like, what do you get into? I'm not sure.
Man, I love that question actually.
Okay.
When I was younger, my brother was in and out of the house. Shout out to Godfrey, shout out to GR Media. Keep doing your thing, keep shining. I'm proud of you, brother.
All right.
But he had a MacBook, right? And then he showed me a GarageBand, and I was like hypnotized by that. I was like, yo, this is so cool, And then he moved out of the house for the last time, and I was like, dang, I still had that itch to create, So what I'll do, we had like a little keyboard in the house that had like drum sounds on it too and piano. I'll take like the old flip phones in the house and I'll play like one melody on one flip phone. I play another thing on the other flip phone, and I'll play the drums on the other flip phone. And I have like the one I was using right now. I mean, not right now. I don't have one now.
Yeah.
I would like to have one now. I ain't gonna lie. I have a little kicker on me. But like then I'll just do the grand ensemble on one. Obviously sounded trash, you know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, but that's not creative. What you're talking about,
you.
Word.
That's what I used to do.
Yeah, no, what's more hip hop than that? Like, just using what you got around. I'll take flip phones and shit. You know what I mean? Like resources for real. Yeah, man. So then, all right. So then, boom. So like, how long did it take till you felt like you got something that you could be proud of? Like, okay, now I'm gonna start showing the neighborhood like what I got.
Man, that took a long time. I had a few friends who were really into music back in high school, and I was just like, hey, yo, check this out real quick. I have that phone with like what I just recorded. Like, yo, check this out. Let me play this for you. And they're like intensive. Like, yo, like there's something there type stuff. Even though it's like, looking back at it, it was probably the worst thing you probably hear, production-wise. You know what I'm saying? But like people were hungry and eager to like hear what everybody was doing beyond the norm,
Right.
So how long ago is this?
Man, I was in high school. I graduated 2014.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word.
So that ages me right there.
Nah,
wow.
Come on,
I'm
man.
27.
If you only knew.
Yeah, like El
you
said,
only knew.
you making us sound like ancient history over here. You know what I'm saying? But nah. Okay, that's dope, man. So, now, you mentioned when you first arrived, like you have a crew. So when did the crew first start coming to play? Are these people you also met through high school, or how did you meet the people in your crew?
Oh, so I actually, how I put this, man, this is a huge part of my journey is working with hip hop. Honestly, I would say a couple years after graduating, I had some friends who we knew each other in the area, but then like, yo, we heard you make beats, or whatever the case may be. It's like, well, we rap. It's like, what? You guys rap? Y'all rap? I didn't know that. And come to find out, they were really damn good. Right. Shout out to Jordan Macklin, shout out to Michi, shout out to Derek Tenney. We started, shout out to Raji, shout out to Marcus, shout out to Marcus. But yeah, man, like we started a little group called Comedy Eclectic. That was my first like RZA moment, so to speak. It's like I had a beat in mind and I brought them all together. I was like, yo, I'd love for everybody to like do this, that, and the third. This is the theme. This is how it's gonna go. I'm gonna record it, all that, and we made it happen.
Word.
And it was a beautiful thing, and people drift apart, it's a part of life. We get older, whatever the case may be. But later on, as I was living out here in Chicago, I met Moses the Marauder through a video series I was doing called S.Rock Cypher Sessions. There we go. See, it was such a long time ago.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So he came out there. He showed out. He impressed me like crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know, white brother. You know, coming around. You know what I'm saying? He just had the sauce. He had the flow. He had the aggression. All that. You know, and
what this guy was rhyming?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he was fantastic on the mic. You know, so we started meeting up more. You know, making things here and there. He introduced me to Kenny Morningstar, who's another like magnificent artist out here. What? Everybody I'm about to mention is amazing. All right, I already have amazing. They are absolutely great. Everybody have mentioned already too. You know, so me and Kenny started making stuff on the side too, and then me, Moses, and Kenny were making our own project together. And then they're like, yo, we got a group called Out Past Midnight that we know about, and it'll be dope when we start working with them too. Right. You know, so they start coming through, and we all just gelled. Like, it was too easy. Honestly, it was too easy, man. And you know, we've been making stuff together ever since. And
man, I really love that name, Out Past Midnight.
Yeah,
that's a dope name. That catches right there. I like that. Word. So yeah, but that was the other crew that merged with your crew, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Got you. Okay, so nice. So let me make a point. I need to do this more often now that we got the multiple mics. Do we have a couple comments from the sidebar over here?
You know what? That was Out Past Midnight. I saw on Southside show, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they had a cameo on Southside. They did, what was it, Smaller Palooza?
Yeah,
Smaller Palooza. These names are wild.
Yo, shout out to Southside too. That's like one of the best shows that just got taken off of TV.
But, that's the show I was talking about that got canceled.
I mean, it got canceled by HBO Max, whatever. But they'll be back. Somebody will pick it up.
Word.
Absolutely.
Still trying to do it.
Yeah. You know how it goes with local shows. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much competition for binge watching and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, but normally if the community makes noise, they find a way to bring it back. You know what I'm saying? So. Hopefully that's what happens. What was that last comment you made, Chase?
No, I was just saying they were at Tip Fest. Summer too.
Tip Fest, yeah, for those who didn't hear the question off the mic. Yeah, you know, this is like something I've kind of appreciated coming to Chicago versus New York. Because New York is so much more of like a show business town, there's a different kind of pressure. But here in Chicago, like everyone I don't care if you're doing TV, if you're doing music, if you're doing, like, this is really tight-knit community here that I really appreciate that's here. Like, you know, just a different camaraderie. I know from town to town it's different. But anyway, maybe because it's new to me, even the way you're describing it, like, you know, I like how everyone's supporting each other. You know what I'm saying? So, word. All right, so, S.Rock, let's talk a little bit about, okay, now, obviously, you at a point with it all where you're in the community, your name is getting out there. I remember you said you had your RZA moment. So what were the records like? What was going on with the recordings? Like, is there a lot of music out that, you know, we and the people, we can all get out your music right now? Or?
So Closed Casket, you know, we have a few songs out. The Glory Days, 3 a.m., The Corner Store. And I have stuff individually with Kenny Morningstar and Moses the Marauder. And more stuff to come with, you know, with Out Past Midnight, of course. You feel me? Wait, what was your question one more time?
Oh, no, just like, you know, where well, actually, let me segue. Yeah. How do you feel about the music that's out so far? Like, you know,
I'm proud of it.
Very proud of it.
Absolutely.
And where do you see your recordings going? Like, you know, like what's up for you now?
Man, the goal is to circle around the goal. Honestly, you know, that's the goal right now. You know, and I don't want to do it while sounding like anybody else. You know, I believe that, you know, you get the underground sound and people are like, oh, that's gonna stay underground. It's like, no, like, I'm very faithful that whatever it is that we're making right now is gonna be the brand new thing that hip hop needs. You feel me? You know, not only with myself, but with other people I've been brushing shoulders with out here. It's like, we're doing a lot of fusion out here, you know? We're doing a lot of, like, just bringing a whole bunch of genres and sounds together. And it's like, I really believe this is what hip hop needs.
Word.
You know, we've been using the same drum kit over and over again. You know, trap snare, trapaholics. I'm done with that. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue to push the narrative and try something brand new. And I really feel it out here, by all means.
Yo, man, you preaching to the choir as far as I'm concerned. That's what I believe to the heart, like 100%, you know, because I've got this theory that, like, all that big money that's out there, like, they have a lot of money, but they don't really have ideas. So you know, when you really doing your thing hardcore like that, like going hard body, believing in yourself, you know, someone's gonna take note of that and see that it's catching, and they could be like, yo, where were we? How did we miss this? And then fall all over themselves just to get at it. You know what I mean? Because they don't have no ideas. You got the idea. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, I was watching. They got a new Drink Champs out with George Clinton, you know, P Funk and all that, and he said something. He was like, I noticed that if a bunch of people all collect together to try to be like, oh, I don't know about that, that's underground, but you keep hearing it consistently, he's like, that's the one I start taking note of. I'm more like, that's the one. You're like, if everyone's being like, oh no, that's obscure, or like that's a little different, I'm usually like, that's it. He's got it. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's just a big shout out to everyone out there making music, you know, to believe in yourself. Don't let them tell you that, you know, not to be original and all that. You gotta be original, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like don't chase trends. Trends fade. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Do you, and you'll become the trend.
Absolutely.
And hopefully not ever fade.
I believe it.
100%. Yeah. Words of wisdom right there. Words. So one thing I noticed about you, S.Rock, is you make it look easy to go from hip hop stuff to more the up tempo stuff, and it doesn't seem to clash. So I just like, you know, whatever words you could share with us, your feeling. Like, how did you feel you were able to achieve that transition of like doing a little bit more dancier stuff and more of the hardcore, more like hard knocking down tempo stuff? Like, tell me a little bit about that.
So I saw this meme recently, and I felt attacked. In the beginning, I started off making experimental hip hop and experimental beats, and people are like, "Oh, do you call it experimental because it's trash?" You know what I'm saying? That's the meme that I saw. You know, yeah, it kind of was at some time. You know, but
I've heard things like that. Like, I'm gonna age myself in the '90s, but I would hear things like that trip hop. I hated that term. But I liked some of the trip hop artists, right?
The music, a lot of the music that comes out of the umbrella is awesome, right?
Yeah.
But, you know.
Because isn't Portishead, like, wasn't that the biggest trip hop?
Tricky, Massive
Tricky.
Attack, Portishead, of course, all that stuff. And they even tried to throw DJ Shadow into that. You know what I mean?
Shadow.
Sneaker Pimps, right? Yeah. And you know what? They're gonna, I guess people who, back then it was magazines, now it's your IG account or blogs or whatever, but those people want to find a name for everything, you know, they just struggling to find they want to label you, you know what I mean? Instead of you just being yourself, right? But
it's kind of like the housing market, how they'll come up for different names for neighborhoods to sell them.
Yeah.
So they're doing the same for music.
They definitely doing that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, S.Rock.
And then start off with the experimental, and then after that, working with the Artist Collective, the first one, Comedy Eclectic, you know, then it really made me push into like making more beats, you know, stuff that people can rap on. But like I was still stubborn back then. I was like, I'm gonna make y'all some beats, but I'm still gonna try to challenge y'all, you know, and give y'all something you never heard before. You know? Because if I'm making stuff that you've heard before, it's like I'm not gonna get something I never heard before.
That's right.
Honestly.
Yeah.
So I started making that. And then when I got plugged into the Chicago beat scene, you know, shout out to Uncle L, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fest Grandiose, Stepchild, you know, Rodolfo, you know, everybody out here, you know, putting us on in the community. I got an opportunity to be on stage, right? I'm looking and it's like, okay, I get to be on stage. Am I gonna be on stage, getting people rap, whatever? It's like, you know what I want people to do while I'm making my beats, doing my thing up there is dance.
Word.
I want people to dance, bro. I want people to have a good time and just vibe out, you know? So then I felt compelled to make more of the dance stuff because I knew I had it in me. I just never I didn't have too much of it on me.
Right.
You know, so I was like, okay, since we're going to be performing more often, you know, we got open beats out at Cafe Mustache, you know what I'm saying? It's like
early days. Huh?
Yeah, early days, you know. It's like, let's see what we can do to, you know, put on the show. So
Word.
Yeah.
Word. No, I really appreciate that sentiment because, you know, like I love hip hop, you know, but there's just a different feeling when you know you could be on a beat machine or you're DJing and you see that groundswell in the dance floor, like start to like the energy build up. You just can't get. It's not the same. Like a very like special MC can do that to the room where they raise the whole temperature. You know, no offense to the rappers out there, but it is a very rare quality of an MC who really works the room like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't usually happen. Not the same way a DJ, takes you across 2 hours, 3 hours. You know what I mean?
I like that vision again because it's like
raise the temperature,
I know
right?
exactly what that feels like.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah. So before we wrap this up and get to the music, question
I
right
have
here.
a question. So this is going back to the beginning where you were talking about Afro beats.
Yeah.
I know that Nigeria is popularly known at the moment, right? Because of Wizkid and Thames, whom I love. Is like the Afro beats? Did it start in a specific, like in one of the countries in Africa? Can you give me a little background on it?
I don't want to say that. Essentially,
Okay.
I don't want to say that. West Africa at the end of the day, that's where a lot of our people have came from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least they're in America now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you hear it everywhere we went. You hear the songs. The influence exactly. Everywhere we went, you hear it. The islands. South America.
That's right.
All that.
So it's like a combination of like just multiculturals and multi countries, where the sound just stemmed from.
Mm-hmm.
See, like the beautiful thing about it is like, it's like you're making the most out of what little you have.
Okay.
You just have a bunch of drums, you have voice, you have shakers, all that stuff. Slam it all together, and it's like, how can we make this as groovy, as impactful, as just relevant as we possibly can to people's desire to have a good time or just to really just be human.
Yo, this guy's nailing it right here, right? Yeah.
Dropping the
Word. Well, and to kind of segue on what Gigi was saying, I mean, let's talk about Ghana in particular. I'm not sure are there any that you know of current artists out of Ghana that you say are kind of hot right now, popping, specifically out that country?
Man, sometimes I can be a poser when it comes to West African music. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's okay.
Yeah, sometimes I can be. I know it's in me, but I don't really listen to as much as I should.
Okay,
sure, that's fine.
But I definitely plug in with more artists with that, by all means. But everybody knows about Burna Boy. Everybody knows about Sarkodie. You know what I'm saying? And, Wizkid. Everybody. It's like, man, Ghana is like, I'm still on the OG, old sound, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
Build my way back up to what's relevant today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's any different right here in America. Like a lot of times when people really want to tap into something that moves them, they go to the throwbacks. You know what I mean? They hit the 70s, they hit the 80s, they hit the 90s, and find those feel good records that still, like you said, impactful on them and inspire them and they enjoy. Yeah,
and I do agree with that because I grew up listening to a lot of salsa music, and it's from the Caribbean, and it's great music in my opinion, but I listened to a lot of the OGs in the salsa versus the new school. Not that there's anything wrong with the new school, but there's something so organic and beautiful about the way it was made that it's almost like when it's broken, it doesn't sound right to me. But on the flip side, when you take a genre like hip hop or even dance and Afro beats, I feel like the more modernized it could be, it sounds current, it's kind of fucking fresh. Yeah. But I hear you about wanting, liking and loving the OG stuff, because I feel the same about Caribbean, salsa, specifically salsa music though.
For sure.
Word. So let me get into a couple things before we wrap this up. Sounds like you've been really playing a lot out as of late. Do you have a residency somewhere right now, or is that something new that's building for you?
Man, speak it to existence. Yes, please speak it to existence. At the moment, no.
Okay.
I'm a little on the freelance tip.
Word.
Yeah. But it just seems like the past month since we were talking about doing this episode, you were like, oh, I'm over here, then I'm over there. So I was just like, yo, this guy's everywhere right now. So, he's doing it, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know what? Sometimes it's better to be free range, so this way you're not necessarily locked into something. So when people hit you up, it's always a green light pretty much if you want to do it. You know what I mean? And Do you have any records that are coming out this year that you're planning to put out, or what are you currently working on?
Man, Closed Casket. We're still in the lab. We're still looking at a library of many unfinished, and finished. Fantastic songs. We can't wait to just put out to you guys. And what else? Glitch House. I have a dance music mixtape series. So I'm gonna have the third rendition drop, this year for sure.
Word.
And then, just singles. I've been making a lot of cover art, so it's like I might as well use it.
Nice.
Nice. Yo, very cool. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about the audio setup you brought with you today, like what equipment you're gonna use for your set.
Well, absolutely. So I'm gonna be very honest with y'all. When I first started in the music game or whatever, and still to this day, to be honest, I just had one thing and one thing only. I make everything on there. Is that beast right there? Little MacBook situation. And it's powered by Ableton.
Sure.
Ableton is wow. Ableton is the best DAW in the world, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So I've been doing basically everything on there. But I just very recently incorporated this MK Micro. It's been getting the job done.
Little Native Instruments joint.
Yeah, Native Instruments.
Word.
It allows me to basically play forever if I want to. Which is really cool. Just playing song at the song. Just using the slider on there. But yeah, that's it.
It's crazy out here. Like, there's very few people, using the machine controller with Ableton. You know what I'm saying? You're going against the grain.
Have to.
That's
Have
cool.
to.
Yeah.
I remember this guy used to show up at Open Beats, just the laptop, and just be playing this shit off his laptop. And people like, yo, is he checking emails up there? Like, what's he doing?
Funny, people funny as hell.
Stupid,
I'm doing
yo.
effects. I'm not just up there looking pretty.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
People always got these comments, right? You got to come out. Yo, when we was at that thing that that you did, the Dilla night,
Yeah.
homie was like, damn, my laptop broke tonight. He brought his iMac out. He brought the whole iMac.
Oh, yeah, he had the
Oh,
whole,
yeah.
you dig. That's like
What?
in the beat battles
Yeah.
back in the day, Dance to the Drummer's Beat, tall black guy used to show up with the whole desktop situation, like the tower and
The tower.
Yeah,
big
yeah.
ass monitor and shit.
I actually did that once. I'm not going to lie to you. I did it once. People thought I looked
What year
looked
was that?
crazy. Well, it was a long time ago. I'm not going to lie to you about that. It was like 2005 or 2006. I got a ride there, as you could imagine.
It's not very portable. That's not very portable.
That's the new school version of taking records.
Right.
Right.
So anyway, listen, that was an excellent interview. I'm super excited to get into this music set from S.Rock.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Cheers.
It's probably gonna make the walls crumble or whatever.
Hey.
You know what I mean? And yo, pleasure having you, brother.
Thank you. Just Made Media.
Right. Yeah, big
Always.
shout one-on-one once
Appreciate
again.
y'all.
And yeah, if we could bring up our commercial break,
Thank
it's from
you.
our last episode with Mr. Castle. And we'll be back in a few minutes with the music setup. All right?
Cheers. Yeah. Oh shit, what the hell? Filters and filters. This one, y'all welcome to dance around if you like. Y'all been welcome, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
name's not down, you're not coming.
See Shout out to Track Live. I'll switch up the vibe, you know what I'm saying?
You are every How good. How good.
Maybach music. Shit is highly sophisticated, I just make it look easy, nigga. Follow. I'm so sophisticated. To get a bursary, you gotta be initiated. To get a bursary, she gotta be sophisticated. Purchase a whip from me and never miss a single payment. I'm from the city where the Muslims, even Christians hate it. Even the black folk hate to see another nigga make it. Tell all the pussies to chill, champagne refrigerated. Just bought a chopper, cause the last one got it confiscated. Down 100 mil so many times I contemplated. You want to be the hardest, but that shit's complicated. I pull your card, I know your pussy by your conversation. So safety, I can kill me for that. Made another 2 million just off the compilation. I just did a lick, I'm telling you this shit amazing. Got a white bitch who fucking me just like she Jamaican. Sipping purple in that motherfucker concentrated. This for my niggas in them prisons overpopulated. This the mob, so you gotta get initiated. If you a mob, then you gotta make initial payment. We going hard, running back just like it's Walter Payton. The game sweet, gave all my niggas in occupation. We so sophisticated. Shit so sophisticated. 100 million.
Shout out to Chicago Footwork. You know the vibes.
Hey, just to try to freestyle, going crazy. It's been a while, man. Over here, gotta go. La, la, la. I'll switch it to vibe a little bit. Shout out to K Morningstar and most of the Murata. We have a fire song that is called Not Another Migraine. Yeah. Migraine. We going between the names. We're gonna call it migraine. We're gonna call it migraine. Yeah, absolutely. I'm telling you, they definitely brought that out of me for sure, man. Working with those guys, crazy. They could rap on a metronome if they wanted to. I wish I could rap on a metronome. No. I just got the flow.
Yo, S.Rock. My man really switched it up for this episode. And I do want to bring on camera here. He brought some artwork from one of his last EPs. And we're very proud to put this up on the wall here in the JMM. And if you could do us the honor, we'd like you to sign this for us. All right?
It will be my pleasure.
All right? What a gentleman. So anyway, this episode had a lot of firsts. This is a lot of different shit. He had the artwork. You know what I mean?
The footwork.
Word. There it is right there.
Footwork.
You know what I mean? That's a photo finish, you heard? So anyway, yo, S.Rock, once again, thank you so much. Big shout out to the whole crew again, JMM crew in the house. We got Gigi on the mic, DJ Uncle L.
Yep.
We got Michelle. We got Chase Kalor. And of course, we got our man John Temperson on the boards once again. This was another episode of the 101. We turned it up. Turned up the temperature on this one, you heard? So anyway, we had a blast. Thanks again so much, S.Rock. And if you in the Chicago area, come see this man. Plus, he told you he's going to go international, so you got to come to your hood, you heard? So anyway, yo, peace and blessings again, once again. And that's 101. You could take us out, 10%.
Woo!
Just me?